Good morning, friends. Meteorologist Ashley Ruiz here. It is 10:06 and it is St. Patrick's Day, and unfortunately there is a significant threat for strong to severe thunderstorms across the south today. So we'll get right into it. Here's a live view of our exclusive Viper radar. You could see the red colors, the red shaded boxes. That is a tornado watch. So some of that is included areas northwest of Alexandria, northwest Louisiana into Arkansas, North Mississippi, and then far eastern Texas. We have had several warnings in Texas and then in the FUTURETACK region and North Mississippi this morning. I am expecting more watches and warnings throughout the day and night. We could even be placed under a tornado watch locally over the next several hours. We actually have a meeting with the National Weather Service at 11 o'clock this morning. There we'll all discuss, all the local media, emergency managers and such. Everyone will meet at 11 o'clock to talk about everything. So the big picture, we have a significant severe weather threat today. As I mentioned, in the Arkansas region, and then in north and central Mississippi, and then into portions of west central Alabama, which includes northern Alabama as well. That's that level 5 risk. That is a high risk. That's that pink color that you see on the screen. The level 4 risk is a moderate risk. That includes areas north of the 10 and 12 corridor, and then the 10 and 12 corridor and areas south of I-10 are under a level 2 and 3 risk. So the Baton Rouge Metro in general under a 3 and 4 risk. I really don't want you to focus solely on that 3 and 4 risk, whether or not you live north or south of the 10 and 12 corridor. Just know that the threat for severe weather is pretty significant. So let's take you through the future track. I'm going to show you the broad picture, and then I will zoom in a little closer, just in case if you have any friends or family in Mississippi or Alabama, just so you can kind of see what all is going to unfold. So this is around 4 o'clock this afternoon. I want to point out several things. If you look in Mississippi and Alabama, you see those individual cells. So those could be supercells. That could be one of several rounds of severe thunderstorms. Could see some long track tornadoes through Mississippi, Alabama. If you have friends or family that attend Mississippi State University or Ole Miss or the University of Alabama, UAB, or any other of the colleges, be sure you let them know what's going on. Make sure they do have a safe place. I'm sure their universities are taking action and making sure everyone does have a safe place, but be sure you check in with them and make sure they know what's going on. Not just that, here in the Baton Rouge Metro, we're dealing with showers and thunderstorms, very narrow line of thunderstorms, some of which could be severe. This is 6 o'clock. This could be through during the rush hour time, so this could be a rough drive for some folks. And then here's 10 o'clock. The cold front is moving to the east, but notice that severe weather threat for Mississippi, Alabama, and even into portions of Tennessee. Still, they're dealing with that into the overnight hours. So this could be a nocturnal event. And so as we know, tornadoes at night, especially in the south, when there are so many trees you can't see it coming, that could be very deadly. So again, make sure if you have friends and family in the south, just check in with them and make sure they know what's going on in the world of weather. The cold front should be well to our east and over the Florida Panhandle by sunrise tomorrow. So here's a look at one of our in-house products, the our Barron product. It shows FUTURETRACK hail potential, and you see the little pink colors. That's indicating possibly where we could have some hail, and that's a lot of the area in Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, even into Missouri, just showing potentially some very large hail moving across the state. So we'll have to watch for the potential for hail and for damaging winds and tornadoes. This is another product we have. This is the SUPERCELL chances. This is showing updraft helicity. So this is a helicity swath just to show possibly some of those rotating thunderstorms. A lot of it is showing significant rotation, maybe some rotating thunderstorms through North Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama under those high and moderate risk zones. So again, this is just a computer model, but it is showing again some significant severe weather potential in the deep south. So a closer look, if you are in the Baton Rouge metro. I'm going to now dig in locally. I was showing you kind of a broad view, a big picture, if you will, on it. Now I'm going to dive into, of course, southeast Louisiana, the Baton Rouge metro, just to kind of break it all down for you. As I mentioned, we are under a level 3 and a level 4 risk. I've been stressing all morning, don't focus on whether or not you are right on the line of the moderate and enhanced risk. Just know that that means some of these storms could be long, they could live a long time. They're not just going to pop up and then just completely collapse. They could pop up, and they could pop up quickly, and then they will have a long life as well. And that means we could see numerous to widespread severe thunderstorms, so intense thunderstorms. So we're watching very, very carefully, but where you see the red color, that is where we'll have the better potential for some significant severe thunderstorms. Also, this is a product from the Storm Prediction Center. This shows the tornado threat, and the tornado threat's pretty significant. In Mississippi and in Alabama and northeast Louisiana, under a 30% chance for a tornado threat. So it means a probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a point. I know it's a little confusing, but just know that the threat for tornadoes is a little higher than what we're used to seeing, especially north of the 10 and 12 corridor for the Florida parishes, and then into southwest Mississippi as well. Also, you see that black line that goes through about Ascension Parish and then through portions of Iberville Parish, and then near the North Shore as well. That is a product that the the Storm Prediction Center will issue if there's a significant threat for severe weather. If you look online, you'll usually see a hatched area. If you ever hear us talking about a hatched zone, if you will, that means, again, significant severe weather will be possible. And that means that there's a 10% chance or greater of strong tornadoes. So long duration tornadoes, long track tornadoes, intense violent tornadoes, EF2 or greater. So we're going to be watching for that very carefully, not saying that it's going to happen, but just know that the potential will be there. Here's kind of a summary. The timing's going to be this afternoon, evening. This is a rough estimate. Of course, we could see some thunderstorms later this morning, not exactly at 2 p.m. and not ending exactly at 9 p.m. Could speed up, could slow down, but we'll have to watch for individual thunderstorms that could pop up I would say lunchtime till about 2 o'clock, and then another round of possibly a line of thunderstorms that could potentially move in 4 o'clock to about 9 o'clock from west to east. And again, all modes of severe weather will be possible for today. So the Storm Threat Index, this is for the areas north of the 10 and 12 corridor. So this is where we have that red color, that moderate risk for severe weather. So we're on the medium high to high range for strong winds, tornadoes, and hail. The flooding risk is on the low side. Now, if you live south of the 10 and 12 corridor, more along the lines of the medium high range for strong winds, tornadoes, and hail. If you live in southwest Mississippi, again, the threat will be higher for that. So here's another view of our live Viper radar, nearly 2,000 strikes of lightning just recently. Let's show you on the HRRR model. I've been showing this all morning because I do think it's been the most consistent, and I do think this is the best kind of scenario that we could potentially see. So I'm going to point out several things. Notice east of I-55 going into southwest Mississippi or southeast Mississippi in the Pine Belt of Mississippi along I-59. That's where we're seeing those individual thunderstorms. Most likely going to be those supercellular thunderstorms. Notice how quickly they're popping up. They're going to pop up quickly, and they're likely going to intensify quickly. Also notice back west toward Acadiana and towards central Louisiana, we have more thunderstorms popping. Eventually, they may form in a broken line, or they may just be clusters of thunderstorms moving in from the west. These are going to be ignited by the cold front. So the cold front's still going to be well to the west. This is 4 o'clock, and you see those bright pinks and oranges and reds. That's That's indicating some possibly heavy rain, gusty wind, as well as the potential for some tornadoes as well. Here's 6 o'clock, and a lot of the areas getting in on the action. Again, some of these thunderstorms may be on the severe side. 8 o'clock, we're starting to see those storms move in, again, from west to east, reaching the I-55 corridor in the North Shore. And then by 9, 10 o'clock, the line is starting to get its act together. All those individual storms are starting to form into a line, a squall line, if you will, and they're moving quickly to the east along I-59. So I do think our threat for severe weather will come to an end around 9 o'clock or so at the latest. If it slows down, of course, that could certainly change. But by the time you're going to sleep tonight, our severe weather threat will be coming to an end, and our Thursday's looking so much nicer. So what you can do to prepare, we always talk about severe weather safety. Be sure you check back in with us frequently over the next several hours. Stay up to date on the forecast, have multiple ways to receive warnings and any watches that are issued. I do think we will have a watch issued a little later. Make sure your safe place is ready to go. Make sure that disaster kit is in that safe place. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you live in a mobile home, reach out to some friends and family to see if you can spend some time with them in a sturdy building or a sturdy structure. Mobile homes are not safe during storms by any means. Also, if you don't already, I would invest in a weather radio. Also, you can download our new weather app. You can search on the Google Play Store and on the App Store. This is the Be Our Proud app, the news app, where you can still get push notifications with any alerts on it, but we have a new weather app that you can get up-to-date information, push notifications, and it will alert you if a storm is approaching, if lightning has been detected, and you can look at the Viper radar as well. So let's talk a little bit about where your safest place would be. As I mentioned, mobile homes, not safe. Large open rooms, not safe. Vehicles or escaping under an overpass, not safe by any means. Of course, interior room of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you live in an apartment building, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. The most safe, obviously, would be in a basement. We don't have those here. Tornado storm shelter, that would be your best bet too. But again, we live in Louisiana. We don't really have many of those. So again, just be sure you have that safe place, a closet, a bathtub, all of that. Grab a helmet, grab your shoes, just in case. So also, I've had several folks ask, what is the difference between a watch and a warning? I've been saying there's probably going to be a watch issued eventually. That would give us several hours of notice just to say that the ingredients are there, be ready to act if any warnings are issued. Warnings are issued when it is happening. Either a tornado was spotted or it's radar indicated and you need to take cover immediately. So you only have minutes to act. And again, it's not as widespread. So again, always know the difference between a watch and a warning. Again, watch, ingredients are there, warning, it's happening, and then take shelter and put that severe weather safety plan into action. Here's a live look from our tower cam. 77 south-southeast wind at 21 miles per hour. No storms are around us. These are all gradient winds. We have a very strong jet that's setting up, and this is going to help fuel some of these storms a little later. And you can see winds are really starting to pick up around southeast Louisiana. We have a wind advisory that kicked in at 10 o'clock this morning, going to last till 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see sustained winds between 20 and 35 miles per hour with gusts over 35 miles per hour. So be sure while the weather is still quiet to secure any loose objects that you have outside, whether that is your furniture outside, if you have any decorations for St. Patty's Day or Easter, be sure to secure them and bring those animals inside as well. Get their walks in early. Once the storms come, make sure they're included in your severe weather safety plan. Also, I wanted to show you the 7-day just because, yes, there is much better weather ahead. The cold front moves in tonight. We're waking up to the 50s tomorrow morning. Thursday, sunny and breezy. It is going to be cooler, even cooler on Friday. I do think we're going to have a good bit of cloud cover in place, so our temperatures will be a little more on the cool side. And then Saturday and Sunday, temperatures will be in the 60s and 70s, and then we're back in the mid 70s next week. Also, of course, I've been mentioning our free weather app. Just search for Be Our Proud Weather in the app and Google Play Store. That's what it looks like. You can look at the Viper alerts, the latest discussions. You can look to see the radar, the temperatures, anything like that. And if you're on the go, you can always find us on the radio as well. So what we're going to do, I will show you the severe weather outlook one more time just before we wrap things up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you want any specific forecasts or anything like that, or if you're wondering what to expect, just go ahead, email me, aruiz@brproud.com, or you can reach out to me on Facebook. Just search meteorologist Ashley Ruiz. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, all of that. So be sure you stay weather aware. Again, afternoon, evening. Let me get this graphic up just to show you. Again, the timing, afternoon through about 9 p.m. Again, give or take a few hours. I do think the weather will start to be wrapping up closer to 9 p.m. and we'll see the clearing from west to east. So if you live in the western portion of the viewing area closer toward Acadiana, your threat for severe weather will end before if you live toward I-55. So that's just something to keep in mind. Just again, not saying this is going to happen for sure, but just know that the potential will be there. Let's hope that it's a complete bust and we don't have to deal with any strong to severe thunderstorms, but again, it's better to be safe rather than not and prepared. So again, stay weather aware, have multiple ways to receive warnings, charge up those mobile devices, and if there are any changes to the forecast, any watches issued, we'll be sure to let you know, and you can always find the latest on BRProud.com. Take care and stay weather aware.